So there we are, we just come on, catch up. See all the AIS targets. So this is Isla Isabella, and the main island of San Cristobal down here, that's the capital. Up here we're just approaching a small island up the top called Isla Pinta. Isla Pinta here, and that's where are we? It's about 10 miles, 11 miles from us. And then you've got Isla Marchena down here. Now Isla Pinta is about 770 metres high. So we'll just go out and have a look. Very hot, very still on the motor. And there we go, there's Isla Pinta. Volcanic, obviously, and it's rising up out of the sea, and down around the corner is Marchena, I think it was called. These are the two northeasternmost islands. There's a storm cell over the other side of the island, across towards the top of Isabella. We're tracking a couple on the radar at the moment. There's a storm cell. Oops, get my hat on before I go out there. It's still very still, very hot. But there we go. The Galapagos. We're going to cross around the northern side of that island and head across over the top of Isabella, and then we'll turn south. We're only about 30 minutes north of the equator at the moment, so once we round the other side of Isabella, we'll drop down and start heading south, and we'll cross the equator there probably later tonight or tomorrow morning early. But yep, this is motoring through the doldrums. It's actually magnificent, apart from the lack of wind. Say hi, Mez.
Hi, Mez.
There we go. Might rig up the spinnaker later, the parasailer, and see how we go. So we're running on one engine at about 70% RPM, conserving fuel, and we're getting about 6 knots, which is not too bad, near enough. This one we've just shut down, so I'm going to go down, give it a once over, do the routines, check the oil, coolant, etc. And then it'll be ready to swap over on. I think we ran it for 18 hours straight before we swapped over, and I'm just in the middle of rebuilding a spare fuel pump, raw water pump. So I happened to luckily have another seal and some bearings on board. Didn't have a spare pump, but I had an old pump. I didn't have a spare new one, but I had an old one there and some bearings and seals. So see if we can rebuild that, and then I'll swap that over, because the pump is leaking on the starboard motor, and we don't want to run that for too long with a leaking pump. There you go. just on sunset, and we've just had a big shark surface alongside, just swimming slowly. There he is, just behind us now, just swimming on the surface, about 40 metres from the boat, just heading away from us, just ambling back and forth. It's about 6:30. We've got a couple of storm cells over to the side, and we've got another big one right up ahead of us. We're still about 50 miles from the top of Isla Cristobal. So we just will be there. We should run along the coast of Cristobal sometime early tomorrow morning. But yeah, as you can see, it's flat, calm. We've got Isla Pinta in the background. We're leaving. We've come across the northern tip of that. It's a volcano. It's still on the charts as active. I'm not sure what constitutes active, but it's magnificent. This whole area is beautiful. We've got a marinated chicken fillets tonight with was a herb chicken and carrots and potatoes. Carrots are we have to use up because we're just about at the end of their life. The potatoes are doing okay. They're under a blanket in the spare cabin, but it's all surreal at the moment.
That shark just had bird for dinner.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I saw a bird down over the top of it.
No, but another one landed not far from it.
Oh,
I
okay.
just kept my eye on it, and it was, now you see it and now you don't.
Oh, really?
It's just gone.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Spectacular. Things we never would have contemplated seeing in places we never would have contemplated being.
Absolutely.
Say hello, Mez.
Hi, Miss. Come on, you little fucker, come up now. Sorry.
Well, still no wind. We're just rounding the top corner of Isla Isabella, and there's nothing. But what there is an upwelling of undersea ocean current that we passed through a section of it last night or early this morning. The sea temperature dropped from 30 down to 23.2 degrees in a matter of minutes. There seems to be another one in front of us, a sort of merging of ocean currents. We'll see what this one does, but the last one actually, when we went through it, spun the boat. When we went through the line, there was a physical line in the water. As we crossed it, we got turned around a little. So it's absolutely beautiful. there we have it. This will be our last look at the Galapagos. We're actually headed away from it now. And I think we have 2,877 nautical miles left to run. And we won't be doing that under motor. We're expending our fuel pretty quickly, actually. A lot more quickly than I'd like to, but it is what it is. There we go. Say hello, Miss.
Hi, Miss.
We've just spotted another shark on the surface. Which has now disappeared. See if he comes up again. Yeah, there he is, just here off the side. Seems to have disappeared now. He's just basking on the surface. Yep, we're less than 2 degrees from the equator now as we motor south to try and get into the trades. Well, you're not going to believe this. We were tracking down, we're almost at the equator. There's Isla Isabella in the background. We were headed slightly south, and we weren't that far away from the equator. In fact, we're at 0 degrees 0 minutes decimal 87, now 88. We were down to 73 decimal 073 with sort of 6 to 8 knots of wind, doing 2.5 to 3 knots, and all of a sudden we got a wind shift, and our wind shift's taken us up to 297 degrees. So we're actually we're travelling away from the equator now. So we need to either start the motor or wait out this wind shift, because we'd like to sail over the equator. So we'll work it out, and when we get sorted, we'll come back online. Okay, so in all the mucking around, we've tacked about 3 times. We managed to turn now, so we're actually in the right direction. We're at 32 1/1000ths of a minute of latitude north, and clocking down. We've got 6 knots of wind over the deck, and we're doing 1.6 knots, and you can see there we're heading a little bit south of west, and our wind's coming over the port side. That's Island Isabella in the background there as we steer away from the Galapagos at 1.7 knots. This is excruciating. We're at 19, 18. Come on, 17. Come on, wind, don't fail me now. And that's a further headland, if you like, or cape of Isabella. Where are we? 10. Here we go. 9. We get a wind shift now and it'll send us back north again. 6. Come on, 1.7. 1.8 knots. 4. 3. There you go. We are on the equator.
Woohoo!
And we're just, and we've just ticked over south, so we're 0.02 of a minute south latitude. So there we go. We're in the southern hemisphere. Woo! And look excited.
Oh.
Woo! It's hard to be excited when we've been standing here watching the numbers going up and down for what seems like forever. But there you go.
My plan to swim over the equator was thwarted by shark sightings. Shark sightings.
We're both tired. That
was my plan.
We're just a little while ago. We were watching a shark on the surface, basking, just swimming around idly past us. So the idea of getting going for a swim is off the cards at the moment. And the water's temperature's dropped. It's down to 24.2. There's
rude.
We're in the middle of an upwelling of an ocean current that pops up right here, basically. When you look at the ocean currents, they emanate to the north from here, and to the south from here, and to the west. So it's you're going to dip your toe.
Yeah, or something.
Righto.
Just to say I did it.
Yeah, okay. You dipped your toes in the Pacific Ocean, in the southern hemisphere.
That's cold.
Yeah, well. Unfortunately, we don't have a marksman on the bridge wing with an SLR.
No, I was going to suggest that. You with your BB gun.
No. But there we go. We are in the southern hemisphere now. Alrighty. I've got to put my hat back on, otherwise I'll be cooked. This is our plastic bomb. All our bits of plastic go into that, and it all gets compressed and you keep jamming it in. That's been going since we left Panama, and it's by no means full yet. We will jam stuff in that for another week or so. But there we go. 0 degrees, 0 minutes, decimal 051 south. And our distance to waypoint, we've got a waypoint in just off Hiva Oa, and it's 2,873 nautical miles to run, according to it. according to the time to go, the plotter's calculating 65 days, 10 hours. But we're going to drop down now. We need to get down. You can see all the AIS targets in there, Galapagos there, but we need to be down here somewhere, and then we'll pick up the trades, which will be blowing up this direction. So as we come down, we'll pick up the trades and then head west, and we should have 10 to 15 over the back of the boat. So we might even break out the parasailer, get that going, but at the moment, wrong direction. So anyway, there we have it. There we go, it's day 14 and we're making some reasonable time. We're doing sort of 9 knots, between 7 and 9, between 14 and 18 of wind. We have a pet bird that is off at the moment, but he'll be back shortly. Just got to fill the generator. We've had a couple of days of really overcast and rainy days, so we weren't able to get enough power out of the solar for the batteries, so I had to charge them with the generator today. It's doing a bit. Probably 1.5 meters, 2 meters, and the underlying swell. But yeah, it's we're a bit untidy at the moment. Still cleaning up the mess and where we will everything out here was waterlogged. So got a rain squall over in the distance there, and there's a couple down the other side that have been passed. I'm hoping we'll miss this one. We'll get across in front of it. But we're running full sails at the moment, which is good. There we go. Haven't got the rod out. Our freezer's still too full. But, yep, we're getting a lot of growth. Oh, there's a squid. Got all these kamikaze squid. Keep jumping on the boat. I'll have to go and get him shortly. But we've got a lot of critters growing on the back step where the water's always in there. So we'll see what that's like in another 2 weeks when we get to Marquesas. There we go. Another update later. We haven't done one for a while, so I'll have to get together and put something online. See you next time. G'day campers, I've just done the log on day 15, it's the 27th of March. The last 24 hours we've run 163 nautical miles. Wind's eased off a bit, which is good. Well, not so good really, because we've slowed down. We were doing, let's go back to the dashboard. So we got wind on the quarter. We'll have to wind her up into the wind a bit. We're only doing 7 knots. We've got 13 knots of wind. 1,975 nautical miles to run to Hiva Oa. Mez is taking in the sun at the moment. Hi Mez.
Oh, what sun there is.
Yeah. So we're
nice out here.
yeah, we're having a bit of trouble with the cloud being overcast. We're not getting the power into the solar panels that we want, so I'll have to run the generator I think again today for a little while to pump a bit of power into the batteries for tonight. We'll see what happens. So I've been chasing a bit of sunlight, but There's been blue sky ahead of us for a while, but now that's clouded over. There's all the clouds are moving across from left to right, so anything that is up that way will sort of get to us by the time we get ahead. We've got a resident bird. We've called him Kevin. Where's Kevin? Oh, Kevin's off flying. Yeah, Kevin's away having some lunch. Hey? Oh, where? Oh, here he is. There he is. There's Kevin. Kevin goes for a fish and comes back and lands on the bow, sits on the beam. He's out there chasing flying fish. So we chase up the flying fish out of the water, and he runs them down as a feed and then comes back and sits down. I'm not sure how long he's going to be with us, but he's been here a week probably. He's getting a free trip to the Marquesas, and I'm not sure how he's getting back. He'll probably just pick up a ride going the other way. It seems that he prefers that to flying. We've got a massive sheets on the headsail. We've got an inner sheet and an outer sheet on each side, so depending on the wind angle we can run the... There he is, there's Kevin. He's got a feed, he'll be back shortly. Alright, so yeah, still all going well. We go and clean that. We've got suicide squid in the dinghy. We've got a flying fish and another squid over there, which I can't reach at the moment, so I'll have to just stay there for a while. And we're rocking on to Pink Floyd. We've had double album The Wall. Now it's Dark Side of the Moon. Cranking. Say bye, Mez.
Bye, Mez.
And I'm going to go and have a play with the water maker. So I'm still having trouble with it, with high salinity. The feed pump is playing up, so I'm not getting pressure on the feed pump into the high pressure pump. So we'll have the filters off and clean the filter, and we'll have a look at the feed pump, pull that out, see why it's not priming. It's below the water level, so it should auto prime as soon as the seacock's open. But and I've checked pulled the hose off the seacock, and I'm getting plenty of water out of the hose, so I know it's not blocked coming in. But yeah, we'll go and have a look at it and then make some lunch. So it's cheese and lettuce and maybe tuna for lunch, wraps. Yeah, there we go. Bye. Here we are again. Guess what? We're still here. I can see Kevin out the front. He's sitting on the rail out the front. This is my. I'm sitting in my little position here. I'll spin you around so I can see out the front windows. I can see Kevin sitting on the rail. I can see the plotter up here. You can basically see the sail. See how it's going. I can see the wind angle from over at the helm. I can see the time, and we've got the generator running out the side because of this blasted cloud. We've got more rain clouds out the side. But yeah, from this spot, this is my little vantage point. It's down out of the wind. I can go up to the helm, and I do from time to time and get a better feel for what's going on up there. We had some issues with the Yanmar control panels. The alleged waterproof switches on there aren't waterproof, and we had a rain shower, and this port motor start switch shorted out, and all of a sudden we heard the engine start running. But when the start switch shorted out, it kept the starter engaged, so I was running the starter as continuously. So I jumped down and isolated the power to it, which obviously didn't, it stopped the starter motor spinning, but I then had to get down the back and get in the hatch and manually stop the motor, because the stop button on here is electrically operated. So once I'd isolated the power, I had no way of stopping the motor from up here. So I got a couple of glad bags, and I've put the glad bag plastic over the top of the panel, so that's a temporary measure. I think I'll replace the switches with encapsulated switches, waterproof, completely waterproof ones, those ones that came in the panels, and the panels aren't that old. Pretty disappointing. They're only bloody, I don't know, 3 years old or something. I've complained to the manufacturer in California and got nothing from them. So there you go. Here's Kevin. Hello, Kevin. How you going? Oi, look up, Dopey. Stop your preening. You've got an audience. Hey, Kevin. Oi. Nah, completely ignorant of us. Doing his thing. There we go. Hello, Kevin. I'm going to have a mess on the front beam to clean up. He's been crapping on there religiously. But yeah, it's calmed down. Sea's calmed down from what it was, but it's still enough to keep us going anyway. There we go. Another little update.
It's now 1:20 on the 31st of March. Sun's shining. Haven't seen sun for a couple of days. So that's actually really nice. Look at that. Gonna come around the front. Had a lot of rain, and you look at all the rain that comes down, and you think, fuck, you could use that in the water tanks. So we're putting up Rick's attaching really nice out here. Got some more flying.
Exotic locations.
That's it. There's 1, 2, 3 more flying fish on the trampoline. Oh, and a squid half hanging off the side down there. Oh, so yeah, still in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, but with a bit of luck, in about 8 days we'll be where we need to be, which is in Heveroa in the Marquesas.
Here's Mez relaxing. Say hi, Mez.
Hi, Mez.
Hey, lift your hat.
Hello.
We're it's the 1st of April after lunch, so it's no longer April Fool's Day. We've got the parasailer up, our spinnaker. We had to drop the main. Now, the last couple of days, a few days ago, we lost the lazy jacks on the starboard side, so I've got to sort that out now. The only way of getting it back is to go up the mast, and we can't do that here. So I've got to sort of rig something to keep the sail up on the boom. I'm not sure sort of what we do with that, but we'll work it out. mostly the sail will be up anyway, so it's not a major issue. I'll just have to send Mez up the mast when we get to Heaver Oa. It's a pretty easy task to do, to pull it down, so it's calmed right off. We've got a bit of sunshine. We're still under cloud, so we're not producing as much power from the panels as we'd like, but you know, we're getting there. And I might even put a line out today, see what we can come up with. Well, there you go. Day 20. Day 21. Yeah, we've just started into, we've completed day 20 at lunchtime and we're into day 21 now. And I've got to sort out our rubbish. We've been packing all our plastics into our plastic bombs. We've filled one. This is our second one. So for the last 20 days, that's all our plastic. We've got one container with, or one bag with aluminium, another bag with flattened plastic. And time to get my shoe on and stomp a bit more stuff, clean up, and then oh, hello. there's a flying fish in the cockpit. There you go. Didn't see him before. God, they stink. Anyway, we'll see how we go. That's it for now.
Probably your ass.